All right, welcome back. Now it's time for us to get into another conversation. Of course, you know that our focus this month is heavily on breast cancer awareness and generally breast awareness, just making sure that we all take care of ourselves, all right? And the emphasis is on no one should face this situation if it's breast cancer alone. All right, and that it's important that there are people that care. So we're going to be talking to the Breast Society of Ghana, and we have been joined in the studio by Dr. Maurice Dodunu. He's a surgeon specialist with the Department of Surgery, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, as well as Miriam Abla Anani. She is a 4-year breast cancer survivor. And we're going to get into a very interesting conversation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, how you all doing?
Fine.
Very well.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
Wonderful. All right, so let's come to you, Doc. First of all, the Breast Society of Ghana is embarking on a mission to elevate breast care in Ghana. What does that mean?
Well, so
In practice.
Yeah, in practice.
Yeah.
Currently, it looks like the October breast cancer awareness month is catching on. We want to expand it even further.
Okay.
Recently, we had our annual general meeting at City Hotel, where we had a lot of survivors coming, doctors from the various regions of Ghana who are into breast care came, and we had a very fruitful meeting.
Okay.
And well, that's when we actually voted for our new president in the person of Dr. Nsafo.
Okay.
Very enthusiastic surgeon who is into breast care. So that's really it. We want to project breast cancer as a problem. I need to mention briefly on that. Breast cancer is more common in Europe and the Americas.
Okay.
More common there.
Okay.
In fact, it's said that there are 70 per 100,000 population.
Okay.
In sub-Saharan Africa, it's just about 30
Okay. Per 100,000.
per 100,000.
Okay.
Ghana is around 40 something, because I think we are higher in general. But in the context of survivor, the Caucasians are doing better. The whites are doing way better than we are in Africa. So even in 2021, WHO instituted the new global initiative on breast care, which has some 3-pronged areas. One of them is actually to enhance the knowledge of the awareness of breast cancer.
Yeah.
So we are also holding on to that and trying hard to improve the services that we have. Now our services are almost like a walk-in. We have 2 clinics in the unit. So on Mondays and on Wednesdays and Fridays, people walk in and have their breast assessed. We try to make even our wards rather an open door kind of arrangement where people can just walk in when they have any concerns about their breast.
All right, let's talk to Miriam. We'll come back and look at what is accounting for the improvements we're seeing and what can we do to bridge the gap between what we're seeing in Africa and the West. Okay, but let's talk to Miriam. Miriam, how has the journey been for you since you discovered that you were diagnosed with breast cancer? What's the journey been like? Just walk us through that a little bit.
It hasn't been easy because it's just going forth like 3 weeks journey, like going for chemo, going for your treatment every 3 weeks and all those things. I'm still on medication because I have to go for reviews now and then.
When were you diagnosed?
That was 2021.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And what happened? I mean, were you in pain? Were you experiencing anything? What happened? How did you get to know?
Okay, I'll say my own, I was 28 years. This self-breast examination, I was just doing it and I felt some sharp pain in my left breast. And it's like something inside the breast. I just was so curious about it. I just wanted to do. So I checked the other breast too. There was nothing in it. And I could say it was something small, some small lump. But I said, oh, it's just nothing. I told my mom about it. She said, oh, it's nothing. I just have to use pomade and all those things about it. It will go. It didn't go. 6 months, it didn't go.
Oh, 6 months?
It didn't go.
Okay.
It was still there.
Okay.
And it was growing too.
Okay.
So I spoke to my boyfriend about it, and he said, okay, we can just seek for medical attention and all those things. But he also said, no, we should start going to the herbalist and all those things. So we have to travel from this Osu to Kaswa, at times to Cape Coast, just to take herbal medicine and all those things. And everywhere we go, the only thing they tell us is like someone is falling, it's like spiritual attack. That's what they keep on saying. Even to the churches and all those things, they will tell you something spiritual. But I didn't believe them. So in 2020, the lockdown period, I had a friend who also had a breast cancer. She went to Kolebu. Her breast was even rotten and all those things. She has bandaged it. And my own was like...
Wait, hold on. You're saying that the person was at home?
Yes.
And she has bandaged herself,
yes,
her breast.
Her breast.
And the breast was rotting away, but
yes.
she was... Okay. Was she seeing a doctor at the time?
She told me she went to Kolebu, but they told her they will cut off her breast, but she doesn't want to do that.
Okay.
So she's going to this herbal medicine man.
Wow.
So she showed me to the place, but in 2 weeks after the lockdown, I learned this woman died.
Okay.
So I became scared. So you can just imagine from 2018 to 2020, that is the lockdown period. It's 3 years now. And my breast has been covered with, the lump has covered all the breast, the left breast.
Oh. So it started initially in 2018?
Yes.
Okay. And so by lockdown time, now the lump has grown?
Grown.
Okay.
And covered all the breast.
Wow.
So I became afraid, like, okay, am I also going to die in all those things that this woman has passed through? You know? I became afraid, and she was a friend to one of my aunties. So I went to report about her death, and my auntie was saying, why am I crying? I don't even know this man so much. And I said, okay, doesn't she see like my breast? One is bigger than, she thought, oh, some people have breasts like that.
Yeah.
So she thought it was normal. I said, no, there's something in the breast. So she asked me a whole lot of questions. I answered, and he said, okay, so why are you sitting there? Why don't you want to go to that? I said, I don't have money. But I do the herbal medicine, but I could see like the medicine too is changing scent and all. I just don't want to use it again. And I'm afraid that I'm going to die too. I said, okay. She will give me money to go to Kolebu or to go to any hospital. And she said, meanwhile, I said, when she gives me the money, I'll go back to the herbal. So she insisted, if I'll go to the herbal,
then she will not give you the money.
She will not give me.
Yeah.
So they have to pay someone, give the money to someone else to take me to a hospital. Okay. That's when I started the journey in the police hospital. Okay. They did the first biopsy, it came out there was nothing wrong with me, but the doctor insisted again.
Okay.
And they did another biopsy, came back, it was breast cancer. That day, I cried. I thought...
Did you understand what it meant?
I have heard a lot about breast cancer.
Okay.
And I normally read things, and you see these movies and all those things, you know that at times people don't survive and all those things. So I was asking myself, am I also going to die? But the matron over there sat me down to explain everything to me. Like, people take the medicine, they go for their treatment and they become fine. And we have doctors, we have nurses, we have police officers and all those things. So I said, okay, if she has told me all those things, then I have to just listen to whatever they tell me to do now. And since my aunties too are backing me, then I'm okay with everything. So they gave me the referral to Kolebu. I went to Kolebu, I did my scans and everything. I was supposed to start the chemo. I did the first chemo, the second chemo. My auntie said they don't have money again.
Wow.
And when you start the chemo, you can't stop too.
Yeah, you must continue.
I've lost my hair, my hands were dark and all those things, but I could see God was still on my side. I had a white man friend who I normally talk to about everything, like what's going on. And he was like so close to me, but he's in the States. So I explained everything to him, and he was saying, oh, you Africans, when you see white men, then you just want to
take your money from
yes. them. And I explained, you asked me what was wrong with me, and I was explaining it to you. I thought you were my friend. That's why I was explaining. He said, oh, okay. It was at dawn at 2. I woke up the next morning. It was like my chemo day. I could see this man had sent me money for my chemo, and the instruction on it was, I have to work and get half of the amount of the chemo, and he will support with the other half, and the labs and everything. I was so glad. I said, if someone will send me half and I'll work for the half, have to be strong.
Yes. Yes.
I did 8 cycles
do it
of
for yourself.
yes.
Yeah.
I did the 8 cycles of chemo. Came back for review, and I was told my lamp was still attached to the chest wall, but I have to do extra 2 again.
Wow. Wow. At what point did you finally have the clear, the clearance that you were okay now?
Like
No, at what point did the doctor finally say, we've taken care of you, now use the medication, and if you stay on the medication, you should be okay?
It's not the same for most other diseases.
Yes.
Okay. So talk to us about
Once you become a patient of
Yeah.
ours, once a diagnosis of breast cancer
Yeah.
is made, we don't clear you almost or totally like that.
Okay.
Depending on the nature of your tumor, sometimes treatment can be as long as 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, usually 5 to 10. That is when you're on the hormonal therapy.
Okay.
And whilst you're on all these medications...
Which is what she's on.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she's on that as well.
Okay.
And whilst you're on all that, we still need to, because those drugs also have side effects.
Yes.
So we continue to follow you up. The breast care nurses keep calling them
Yes.
all the time. I mean, even after the 10 years, I know somebody who is a survivor for 26 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and we still follow them up.
Okay.
We don't just, finish with you and say, oh, we are done with you.
Yeah.
And we are aware of that responsibility. So we continuously care for you throughout. This is to just lay emphasis that once the diagnosis is made, you literally become our friend.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you have to be
a friend of the society.
Yes, of the medical fraternity.
Yes.
And then Kolibu. Nobody should hate us. We are very nice. So we follow her up, and we try to give her a better quality of life. I mean, she's one of the few people we don't want people to get to where she got to. We usually want the tumor to be as small as she first
when
found
it
it.
initially started.
And that way we can offer you cure. I mean, we can actually be confident about our treatment and say that when we finish with you, we really are certain that the 5-year survival can be as high as 99%, 200.
Okay.
But when you come with your breast all involved, ulcerated, sometimes some of them are even sick. Some of them can be so sick, we can't even give them any treatment.
Wow.
Because the treatment might further kill them.
Yeah.
So we don't want that.
Okay.
I was even begging a church recently that, look, in addition to all your herbalist, spiritual care, walking to us won't kill you. Just walk to us and let us give you our opinion. Give us an opportunity to also have an influence in the care that you are taking. Besides, I mean, life expectancy in Finland is 84. It's not herbalists.
No.
Who are
they don't use herbalists.
We are languishing around 66.
Yes.
So really, I mean, we need to use the healthcare system that we have now to improve on ourselves.
All right. What would be your clarion call to viewers at the moment in just a minute as we wrap up?
You see, it's early detection. Look, we can talk about the risk factors of breast cancer. Maybe you have a family history of breast cancer, early menarche, as in you started your menses early, late menopause, you probably are menstruating after you are 55 and so on. We can talk about all that, weight gain, weight loss, eating well. But most of the time, we have a lot of patients who don't have any of these risks. It's just that they are females. I mean, which is obvious. And then they have obviously the breast. Once you have those two, naturally you are at risk. So our emphasis is on early detection.
Okay.
The earlier you come, the earlier we are able to do things for you, and then the better the prognosis.
Thank you very much. And thank you too for sharing your story. Thank you very much. All right. I want to say a big thank you to you. How can people reach out to you? Where are you? When you say Kolibu.
Once you enter our department of surgery, it's a very long, huge building. The surgical building. I mean, once you enter, we usually are on the second floor. We senior residents or specialists, we rotate in the building. But once you enter the building, you are looking for the breast care nurses. I mean, they love their nurses. I mean,
All right, let me just say a big thank you to both of you, to Miriam Abla Anane. She is a 4-year breast cancer survivor. Kudos to you and all the best. And also to Dr. Maurice Dodunu. He is a surgeon specialist, Department of Surgery at the Kolubu Teaching Hospital. And thank you for all the work that you're also doing as well.